So how things going?
He's been doing way better in school.
That's a good thing. That's what we need.
Right.
Just keep in mind I'm here as much as you need me.
You haven't been up until recently. Now all of a sudden you're trying to go for full custody? Kirk is a raggedy ass. Like, you get 1 week in a month and you can't even do that. He just doesn't want to do what he's supposed to do.
By the way, I talked to Rod too.
What?
Is that a problem?
Wait a minute. Y'all talk so much about each other, and now all of a sudden y'all want to link up?
What is wrong with us talking? You've asked me to pick up Kannon from Rod's house before.
You and him are both weird, I swear to God. Like,
weird.
What? Y'all both talk about each other for years, and now all of a sudden y'all want to kumbaya and have a conversation behind my back? Me and Rod have this relationship, like, me and him is like this. That's still my ace. For him to be talking to Kirk behind my back is crazy. Why didn't anybody think to let me know about anything? I just can't with that. We could just end it right here. Because, I mean, we can agree to disagree.
Well, at least I know that I got Rod now.
No, you don't.
Because if Rod got control of you, that means I got control.
See? You and your pimp.
No, he's the pimp.
You not know better than him.
Kirk filing for full custody. And since Jazz no longer wants to talk to Kirk or Rashida outside of court, I decided I need to step in. I asked Kirk to meet me because we need to settle this, man to man. I mean, Kirk, you've been going toe-to-toe with Jazz, but you need to realize this, bro. Nobody's getting the can unless they come through me.
Trying to slow down my motion. It's ready, you cannot control this.
I'm pulling up to see what Rod got to talk about. I know he's Team Jasmine, so I'm a little skeptical.
How are you?
Honestly, it's not much he can say to make me change my mind about the full custody, but I'm going to hear him out. Life is rough out here, bro. Life is rough.
Glad you came, bro.
Definitely appreciate you, doing the stuff you do. Ken has been around you since you've been born. I'm sure you're aware of all the issues.
It's been rough on everybody, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I wanted to sit down with you and have a real conversation, father to father. Because she mentions to me this whole custody thing, and now Kirk wants full custody, and of course I lost it when I first heard it.
Yeah.
What are you, come on, that's crazy.
First of all, we're in court, not for me, we're in court because of her. I'm not saying she's a bad parent, because she's not. I do think she has to go through a lot in order to maintain that one little boy and do things as a mother.
I mean, is this dude really trying to come at Jazz? It's a little ironic coming from a man who does the bare minimum. I mean, your own son doesn't identify you as his dad. For the past 8 years, it's kind of just been her. You know what I'm saying? Now, we've all contributed. I'm just saying, nobody's in her situation.
Is it about money, or is it about me taking care of my child? I'm almost 204,000 or 5,000 in on this kid, right? What she says is I don't do enough, but I've always taken care of Kannon. I've always paid all my child support. I've always paid anything you need. Your car broke, you need $4,300, here you go. I need to pay for a rented car, here you go.
Yeah, she totally tells me it's bare minimum.
Just in my cash app alone.
I get that you're paying,
That's just in Cash App. You can read what they're for. You can read the dates. You can read down to birthday money. You can scroll as long as you want. Again, I did not bring us here in front of the court. So this is her doing.
I came here today to defend you, Jasmine. And the whole time, you've been lying to me. I look like an idiot. I mean, I still want to try to find some middle ground between her and Kirk, but I'm not happy about this right now. I don't know the intricate details. I'm not privy to those conversations. I just don't understand, why it's full custody all of a sudden.
No matter what, when we look back, this is my child. I don't want my child to question me on, Dad, why didn't you make sure I was good in life? My focus is Kannon, his future, schooling, living, and life. That's it. And I respect Rod for trying to help mediate, but it's not gonna all be fixed in one day. Let's continue to build, man. You know what I'm saying? I think we'll get there,
Yep.
All right? Appreciate you taking your time out. All right?
The drama between Kirk and Jasmine had reached a boiling point. What had once seemed like a quiet dispute between two individuals quickly escalated into something far more public and volatile. The tipping point came when Kirk decided to file for custody of their child, Kannon. His decision wasn't made lightly, but as he saw it, it was the best move for his son's well-being. For months, there had been tension between him and Jasmine, and now the custody battle was about to play out on a much bigger stage than either of them could have anticipated. The court filing came as a shock to Jasmine, who had believed that she and Kirk could come to some sort of mutual understanding about their shared parental responsibilities. But when the paperwork was served, Jasmine was devastated. It felt like the final blow to the fragile relationship they had left. For Jasmine, this was more than just a legal proceeding, it felt like a personal attack, and the anger inside her began to swell. It wasn't long before things took a dramatic turn. The day of Kirk's court filing, Jasmine found herself in a whirlwind of emotion. She was overwhelmed by a mix of hurt, betrayal, and frustration. In an attempt to process everything, she stepped out into the public eye. The public nature of their fallout had always been an undercurrent to the tension between them, but now it was all but unavoidable. It was on that fateful day, as Kirk was leaving a public event, that their paths crossed once more. Jasmine had been following the news of his court filing all day, her emotions running wild. And when she saw him in the crowd, something inside her snapped. Without a moment's hesitation, she approached him, her heart pounding, her mind racing. The confrontation happened quickly, almost too quickly for anyone to fully grasp what was going on. Jasmine, consumed by her emotions, rushed up to Kirk, her face flushed with anger. In front of a crowd of onlookers, she launched herself at him. The physicality of the encounter took everyone by surprise. Jasmine's actions were swift and without warning. The emotion she'd bottled up over the past few months came pouring out in a single, unfiltered moment. The crowd froze, unsure of how to react, as Jasmine shoved Kirk in a public display of frustration and rage. It wasn't just an outburst of anger, it was an act of desperation, a way for her to regain some control over a situation that had spiraled far beyond her expectations. In that moment, Jasmine felt powerless. Her world was falling apart, and she saw Kirk's actions as the final blow to her already crumbling sense of stability. Kirk, taken aback by the sudden attack, stumbled but quickly regained his composure. The onlookers murmured, some recording the incident on their phones. The scene unfolded like a chaotic snapshot of a relationship that had long been strained and fraught with tension. Though Kirk was no stranger to public drama, this was different. This wasn't just a headline, it was a raw, personal moment, a conflict between two people caught in the crossfire of love, hurt, and responsibility. As quickly as it had begun, the altercation was over. Security intervened, separating the two, and the crowd began to disperse. Jasmine, her face red with emotion, stormed off, leaving Kirk standing in the aftermath of the chaotic confrontation. His thoughts were a blur, the weight of the custody battle heavy on his shoulders, but this public outburst added a new layer of complexity to the situation. It was no longer just about a legal decision, it was about pride, emotions, and the consequences of airing personal grievances in such a public way. The media quickly picked up on the incident, and the story spread like wildfire. Jasmine's outburst was now part of the narrative surrounding their custody battle. Her actions were criticized by some, while others sympathized with the pain she was clearly feeling. For Kirk, the public spectacle only made the already difficult situation worse. What had been a private issue was now exposed for the world to see. In the weeks that followed, both Kirk and Jasmine continued to navigate their complicated relationship in the face of the media frenzy. The public had witnessed their raw emotions, and now the world was watching them both closely. But beyond the headlines, this was a story about two parents trying to do what they believed was best for their child, a story that was far more complicated than anyone could fully understand.